Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to talk specifically about Agatha and her story throughout the Marvel Universe, because Agatha Harkness is one of those characters who's always been in the shadows, and there's always a question about whether she's a hero or a villain. So, first, let's start with a bit of a history lesson, and if we talk about her true origin, Agatha Harkness is really old. There's an idea that she was around 500 years before Atlantis sank to the bottom of the sea. As this event took place almost 20,000 years ago in the Marvel Universe, we can say that Agatha has been around for centuries. We came to know about this because in Silver Surfer Volume 3, edition 135, there's a conversation between Agatha and a cosmic being named Skrier, where Agatha said she thought Skrier was destroyed 5 centuries before Atlantis fell. And that's a big clue because for her to say something like that, she had to be around during that time. It's a subtle nod to just how ancient and knowledgeable she really is in the Marvel Universe. She's been involved in some pretty mystical stuff, like having contact with cosmic beings like Scryer. But what's fascinating is that despite her age and power, Agatha isn't inherently evil. She's more of a chaotic, neutral character and does what needs to be done to maintain balance. Well, at some point in her early life, Agatha Harkness became deeply interested in witchcraft, and if we fast forward to the early 15th century, she was stationed in Transia near the mystical Wundagore mountain, where she joined a coven that included other witches like Karina, Jacquette Laveau, Minoru, and Zorik. During one of their gatherings, the group also attempted to put an end to the witch hunts sweeping across Europe at that time. By the late 17th century, Agatha had established herself in the English colony of Salem, Massachusetts. There, she formed her own coven, hoping to practice magic freely in the New World. However, her group soon faced persecution during the infamous Salem witch trials, but later it was revealed that Agatha supported these trials. She believed they were essential for the magical community to become stronger, preparing them for an inevitable conflict with mankind. She even went as far as sending some of her coven members to eliminate those she deemed weak. However, in the WandaVision series, we saw that in 1693 she was put on trial by her own coven for using dark magic. Agatha quickly turned on them, wielding her dark powers when her mother declared there was no hope for her redemption. She drained the life force and magical energy from her fellow witches, including her mother, and escaped from Salem. In the comics, during her time in Salem, Harkness married and had a son named Nicholas Scratch. However, she eventually chose to leave New Salem, seeking new paths. In the late 18th century, during the American Revolutionary War, Harkness joined the Daughters of Liberty, a group of women dedicated to justice in the New World. Using her vast knowledge of the mystical arts, she trained these women, empowering them in their fight for freedom. Later on, following World War II, Harkness was recruited by the U.S. Army to join the Department of the Uncanny, a special unit tasked with confronting supernatural threats. After settling in the US, Agatha became a governess, dedicating herself to teaching children in need before eventually retiring. However, at some point while she was in the US, the Fantastic Four team also sought her help to care for their son, Franklin Richards. Knowing the extraordinary nature of his parents, Reed and Sue Richards, Agatha quickly agreed, as she knew Franklin's potential would need her guidance. She became more like a nanny to Franklin Richards. Later, she also helped the Fantastic Four team on multiple occasions with her powers. Like, the first time Reed and Sue brought Franklin to her house along with the Thing and the Human Torch, where they were attacked by the Frightful Four. But Agatha, with her cat Ebony, defeated them and saved Franklin from being kidnapped by the Frightful Four. Agatha has a rich history with Wanda Maximoff. In the comics, after meeting Wanda, Agatha sensed her strong desire to better control her powers. She offered to become her new tutor. Wanda, eager to improve her witchcraft skills, accepted Agatha's offer. Agatha trained Wanda until her marriage to Vision, at which point she told Wanda that her part in Wanda's journey was done and that Wanda would need to continue learning on her own. Meanwhile, back in New Salem, Agatha's son, Nicholas Scratch, had fathered 7 children who had inherited incredible powers and began calling themselves the Salem's Seven. With their help, Nicholas took control of the town and convinced its residents that Agatha had betrayed their secrets by working with the Fantastic Four. Agatha was forcibly brought back to the community along with Franklin Richards to stand trial. When the Fantastic Four found out, they followed and battled Salem's Seven, ultimately defeating them and freeing Agatha. However, Salem's Seven eventually took control of New Salem. They captured Agatha and executed her by burning her at the stake. But somehow, she survived and reappeared to Wanda when she created her children, Billy and Tommy, with her magic. When Mephisto revealed that Wanda's children were fragments of his own soul, Agatha erased Wanda's memories of them to help defeat Mephisto and to help Wanda cope with the loss of her children. Later, when Wanda finds out the truth, she confronted her regarding her children and killed Agatha in anger. Nick Fury discovered Agatha's body in Wanda's home. However, Agatha was resurrected again when Wanda's mother, Natalia Maximoff, sacrificed her soul to bring back the goddess of witchcraft. This act granted Agatha a new lease on life, and she returned to reside on Wundagore Mountain, where she continued to explore the mystical arts and her role within the magical community. In Marvel live action, Marvel chose to take a different turn in the 2021 WandaVision series. We saw that Agatha sensed a surge of magical energy emanating from Westview, New Jersey, and decided to investigate. She soon discovered that the entire town was enveloped in a complex network of spells. She quickly realized that the source of this immense magic was none other than Wanda Maximoff, who wasn't formally trained as a witch. Agatha discovered that Wanda could spontaneously create life within her reality as she had given birth to twins using her magic. Agatha realized that Wanda was a rare and powerful wielder of chaos magic, which led her to the conclusion that Wanda was the legendary Scarlet Witch mentioned in the Darkhold, one who did not require a coven or formal knowledge of witchcraft to harness her powers. Agatha tried to drain Wanda of her power. However, Wanda turned Agatha's own rune spell against her, rendering Agatha powerless within the magical boundaries. Realizing that Agatha was too knowledgeable and dangerous to be left unchecked, Wanda trapped Agatha in the persona of Agnes, the nosy neighbor, locking her within this role. Alright, so we leave off with Agatha Harkness for now, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell icon. Until next time, keep it mystical, keep it Marvel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay awesome.